Hey, this is Coach Parker again. Just wanted to really start back up my coaches clinic presentations that I've been giving to the KYA coaches here in Keller, Texas, the last several years. I think I got to four or five written uh, blog articles on the presentation, and just got this new Logitech C920 camera and some new software, so I thought I would actually do a video log here of the presentation. You can get more of this, as always, at coachparker.org. And let's get right into where we left off. And really, what do parents want from coaches, especially coaches at KYA, when they coach their kids in youth football? You know what? I've had my sons play other sports, and really at the end of the day, you want your child playing and playing a lot in games and not at practice. Yes, we all know that really practice is the best place to get a lot of reps, and games, are just 2 hours a week, and practices are usually maybe 6 to 8 hours. But parents want their kids to play just like the kid wants to play. And when their child isn't playing, they feel a little anxious about it. Other parents see that their child's not playing, they're kind of embarrassed. So really, if you're in a league with a minimum play requirements, try to get those kids with their plays and some more play time, especially against teams that you're winning, because really the kids want to play, and it is most of us are coaching rec football and not select, so let's try to get them their plays. The kids also want a safe environment to learn football. Yeah, they don't want the coach out there smoking and dipping and chewing and drinking beer and playing on fields that are full of ants or holes or whatever. Kids, want to feel safe, and know the coaches care about them and their safety, and so youth football coaches need to provide that. Um, Youth players also want knowledgeable coaches. They want organized coaches. You can't get out there and know nothing about football and just try to wing it. A lot of kids can figure that out, especially within KYA, where there's several coaches. We only have a certain amount of freezes, so there's a lot of turnover from teams from season to season. So parents and players want to make sure that they get a knowledgeable football coach, because a lot of them may get on a Super Bowl team or a good coach's team in the next season. They may get on a rookie coach's team, and there's a big difference, and they're upset that the organization and system that this maybe new coach or rookie coach is running is not what they're used to. And so be very aware that parents really want a knowledgeable football coach. One of the things that I always want to see in my parent meetings is who else has coached sports before, and maybe who also has been a vocal parent and may have a father that's coached. Because these parents will usually be the vocal coach if you're not on top of your game. You've got to give 110% because you're asking the parents and players to give you that. And so you should look in the mirror if you're getting complaints. Are you doing everything you can to make sure that the team is ready to go in games? And look, the parents want to organize, coach. They work. They got a lot of stuff going on. Many of them have multiple kids. Some of them are single moms. Look, you've got to have standardized practices on certain days. You need to have reminders going out, both email and text. If you can't do it, make sure a team mom or assistant coach is doing it. And definitely make sure your practices are organized and you have a plan. I usually draw up plans for the first month, and they're all dictated on 15-minute intervals. I sometimes hand those out to the team moms so parents can see what we're learning, or I email those out. Parents love that kind of stuff. If you look good, you play good, parents will let you slide if you're not winning, if you're organized. The other thing parents want, they want communication. If their child is not doing well at practice, it does not hurt to let them know that something's going on. Be forward. Don't hide anything, or just don't be silent, because that's not going to work. At the end of the day, they're going to see something and they're going to get vocal within the parent community of your team. So you definitely should be communicating. That's one reason I don't like my team mom to be my wife, because team mom can usually hear a lot of the grumblings, come to you, let you know what's going on, and then you can address that communication either through her, your assistant coaches, or you can address that yourself. Look, parents want an ethical and moral role model. You can't be a drug addict or an alcoholic and be on the football field and them to expect them to be happy with you coaching their child. If you gotten a DWI or you have a history of something that's, well, and if you're cussing and using bad language, that's just not going to work. I mean, I kind of look at it like, I'm a church and I'm going to use my church uh, personality, and parents love that. If you're not on top of your game at that, that's really not going to go over well for many of the parents. Plus, if you're kind of out there and doing things, parents feel like they can get there out and do things, and then you kind of lose control if you let yourself go. So be careful of that. A lot of parents, want to be part of the team, not just their child. So they want a great family experience, both for their child and for them. A lot of teams have great team parties and they have a great interaction, and that works for some teams. Some teams, they don't care to be around. You've got people that are silent and kind of individual and to themselves. So you've got to see what works best for your team. But they usually want to have some friends on the teams, and you should help make that happen. And look, at the end of the day, when stuff gets rough and say their kid's not playing or their kid's injured or he's not doing something, they really want some honest feedback, and they deserve that. You can't put your head in the sand and just not talk to them. You're going to have to talk to them, and that's going to help you in the long run with dealing with parents. And look, no one wants to lose, kids or parents. So I know a lot of coaches, they're like, well, our parents were great. We lost the whole season. Yeah, that may happen for one season, but a losing coach can't continue to have parents that are on their side for very long. I coach in Texas and even coach in Colorado, and losing does not work for any of the parents. This is a very competitive world. Texas, definitely a very competitive group, even for rec. So you've got to really try to win, 30-40% of your games. And if you're not winning, better be good communication and reasons. Maybe while you're not winning, maybe you lost your top running back, maybe your quarterback got injured, maybe you just didn't get the talent in your draft or recruiting process, and you're going to build on that next year. I've had a couple of seasons where I've picked up teams at the last minute to help the league. We weren't one of the top teams. We did win some games, but majority of parents were happy with the season because they were learning stuff at practice, their children that they hadn't learned before. And so there's ways to help that. But look, most parents do not want a losing season, and don't tell yourself that you don't have to win any games to be a good coach. You might be a good coach, but you're going to have a lot of parent issues if you're not winning at least a couple of games for the year. So that's what parents want, and really they want their kid to play. It's really comes down to they want their child to play, and they want to have a good experience, and they don't want you to be a jerk or an alcoholic or taking drugs on the sideline, which that's the last couple of years I've seen that happen, and that really needs to stop with you football coaches. We're coaching our youth, and we need to act accordingly. So stay tuned for a continuation of this coaches clinic, but this is all for this particular lesson today. So thanks. Remember to visit coachparker.org, and remember to play for fun and winning is funner. Thank you.